A powerful storm has struck the Murcia region, unleashing intense rainfall and triggering sudden flooding across urban and rural areas. The deluge transformed roads into rivers, overwhelmed drainage systems, and forced homes and vehicles to contend with rising water levels. Many residents found themselves cut off or evacuated as torrents surged through neighborhoods and low-lying areas. In several towns, water surged rapidly, swallowing streets, parking lots, and entire blocks. Vehicles stood immobilized, partially submerged, and impassable. In some cases, the flooding pushed into ground floors and basements, damaging infrastructure and household interiors. Emergency crews responded to multiple calls for help, rescuing people trapped in their homes or cars and guiding them to safety. In coastal and inland municipalities alike, local authorities issued urgent alerts, urging citizens to stay indoors, move to higher ground, and avoid traveling unless essential. Some roads were closed due to inundation, debris, or landslides, further impeding rescue operations and complicating access. Power outages and disruptions in communication networks were reported, aggravating difficulties in coordinating relief efforts. Agricultural zones in the broader Murcia area have also suffered heavy losses. In fields saturated by floodwaters, crops such as lettuce, spinach, and kale were submerged or left waterlogged, resulting in the loss of yield and making mechanical harvesting impossible. Farmers described muddy, soggy terrain that prevented entry with machinery, forcing manual work where possible. The excess moisture has raised concerns about fungal growth, decay, and long-term damage to otherwise healthy plants. Behind these effects lie deeper systemic vulnerabilities. Years of calls from regional leaders and local communities for completion of hydraulic works, such as canalizations, retention basins, and cleanup of ramblas, have have resurfaced amid the crisis.
Bueno, esta es una evidencia que estoy pasando aquí hoy. Hoy que 29 de septiembre, ¿no? Y eso como pasa ya. Y el andén es bastante alto. Ya el agua se subió. Y ahí esa moto se la trajo y quedó en un poste de una señalización. Una moto WildWeatherUS. Este carro no quería bajar más porque se lo lleva. Y por acá hay otro carro.
Critics point to delays in planned flood prevention infrastructure along channels like the Nogalte and La Torrecilla, which, if not addressed, leave towns exposed each time heavy rains hit.
Rose en la finca ahí y ya está entrando. Madre mía.
Residents in Lorca and other municipalities have pressed regional authorities to accelerate these overdue works, emphasizing that past flood events have already exposed the deficiencies. The regional government has pointed to investments made in drainage and road resilience, but acknowledges that longer-term structural interventions remain incomplete.
Por acá hay otro carro que se lo trae la corriente de la ciudad grande y eso viene desde allá arriba.
As this crisis unfolds, rescue workers continue to patrol submerged areas, while volunteers and municipal teams assist in drainage, clearing blockages, and supporting displaced individuals. Temporary shelters and emergency centers are in place to house those whose homes are no longer safe to inhabit. Authorities are monitoring river levels and weather forecasts closely, preparing for potential additional downpours and the possibility of renewed flooding. For now, the priority is saving lives, restoring essential services, and beginning damage assessments. The full scale of destruction, both in urban infrastructure and agricultural production, will emerge in the coming days.